Yay, welcome in everyone. So as you might have noticed, we have a slight change of plan. We we were gonna play Repo, but as you can probably tell, I am a little bit under the weather, and also mindless. You might wanna stick around for some of the things that I'm about to say, because I'm a bit tired, I'm a bit stressed, because not only do I have this massive cold, but good news, my wife Issa is not having a heart attack, because at 4 AM yesterday morning, we were not sure if that was the case. So, phoned an ambulance. That only took 3 hours to arrive, so not too bad. She got carted off to hospital. They did a whole bunch of tests, confirmed she was not indeed having a heart attack, although the symptoms were there. The symptoms are just symptoms of a heart attack are just really ambivalent. That like they could be from so many different things. They poked her, they prodded her, they sent her for all sorts of different tests. They kept checking her temperature and go, "Oh, you have an elevated temperature. You've probably got an infection." And then for some reason sent her away with acid reflux medication. Not antibiotics, just acid reflux medication. So we're not even going to bother picking that up, to be honest. So yesterday was a bit much. In the meantime, I have developed a stinking cold. So it's probably going to be a short stream. So there's that. So I didn't really feel up for playing Repo, but I've been fancying playing some Paralyze for a few days. So I figured we'll play that a little bit. It's a lot less, like, it's mentally taxing, but not as much as Repo. And the gameplay, I get to click the right mouse button and that's the gameplay. So I just figured it was a lot easier.
Thank you for supporting our wonderful community.
Thank you for resubscribing, Mindless, with your Prime. 5 months. I can write that down. Thank you. Right, and we're into March. What colour do you want? Do you want orange again? In my little book. To go in your March for your 5 months. Yes, more orange. Okay. Mindless confusion. 1 for 5 months. You are amazing. Thank you. I will give Issa all the hugs. And hopefully I wasn't infectious over the weekend and you haven't caught this cold. I think I caught it off Issa from last week because she had a stinking cold last week. So. And of course we didn't have a stream last Tuesday because I was away, so I'm still recovering from that whole work trip as well. I'm a bit tired. I actually took half of today off work. Yeah. So I took a half day today sick, and I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I've got some documents to poke and prod, but none of them are urgent. But tomorrow's meeting day, and I'm not sure I'm going to meet up for all the meetings. I don't know. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. But let us get some game going. This one. Buttons. So I have been playing this off stream a bit. I do really like it. It's kind of a nice go-to game. So sorry, I am a bit. Oh, I forgot to have a limb sip before stream. Oh well. So I'm on hard mode. There is insanity, but we've got to get through hard mode. We're in the asylum. So let's give this a go. If you spot something, do yell in the chat. So you might save the game Because when an anomaly appears, we start going insane, and you've got to find the anomaly. So I know things can appear here, that can disappear, that can disappear, stuff can appear on here, that can disappear, these things can change. You can get new stuff around here. Skeletons can appear, that can disappear. The beds can change. There's a doctor that meanders around. I haven't played this in a while, so hopefully I can get back into it. Let's remember the book on the floor. These can disappear, that can disappear. The fan can turn on. That is not supposed to be open. I was going to say one of those can open, so we've found that. So yeah, we just need to keep an eye on stuff. I don't remember that being there. Yeah, no, that was there. Okay. You're not supposed to be there though. So we just need to keep an eye on stuff, not stare at each one too long, but just give it a good look. I'm not expecting us to do well. Like I say, it was just it's just something to play for a bit. That he's got a bedpan on his head. Okay. That was a nice easy one to spot. Like if they're easy ones like that, it's not too bad, but sometimes they can be like really subtle. So yeah, keep an eye out and do shout. Like I think that can disappear. And they're happening thick and fast because we're on hard mode. And we can tell when we missed one because our sanity will start to drain. And we can just keep an eye on things. It doesn't matter if we win, doesn't matter if we lose. We're just here to have fun. Nope, that's always been there. Okay, that's no problem. But I do really love these games. Oh, there's something has changed. Something has changed somewhere. Was that the different colour? Oh, there it is. Cross is spinning. Right. Let us. Oh, that is also big. That is big. So yeah, I do like these games that we can kind of play as a community a bit. So hey, just all of you, just all of the patients. But yeah, we need to get them because our sanity starts draining really quickly. Hey, that's the doctor. So yeah, we do need to flick through these fairly at pace. And some of them can be like really subtle as well as like the really obvious ones. But yeah, I just wasn't up. Something feels wrong around here. Not sure. That doesn't live there. Is there a clipboard or something on the bed? No. Okay. So yeah, I just wasn't really up for repo because that's just too much interaction. Now you've changed. So yeah, I figured. And like I say, I fancied playing this the other day, but I was actually too tired to play then. So, but now I have all you to entertain, and that's giving me some nice motivation. So what else is going on? There's the Blood Moon event. A tiny, tiny, tiny little wheelchair. That's so cute. Tiny little wheelchair. No, it's always said that. Oh, I'm sure there's a chair there, yeah. Something doesn't feel. It's like I'm really good at missing the rug. I'm very good at missing the rug there. Oh, that is not supposed to be levitating. I think that might be a bit of an anomaly. Somewhat. Just having a feeling that wheelchairs should not float. I bet that changes into an unhappy face at some point. It's going to be a really subtle one. But yeah, I do like these games. And we don't play this one on stream very often. Just because I have to kind of I have to focus quite a lot. I can't see chat as well, but that's okay. I can keep an eye on both. I think I'm a bit more practiced now. So I feel a bit more confident at being able to sort of glance over at chat a bit and between things. Oh, we are missing an anomaly somewhere, probably two, to be honest. There's that. No, that's there. Can anyone see what we have missed? I would say that an anomaly scanner. That's totally what that was. I feel like there's more writing there as well, but still. Okay, there's still I would say that is also quite anomalous. Maybe bed's not floating. So yeah, I'm not expecting us to get through this. It's going to take us a couple of rounds to spot everything in its place again. I feel like there's something on the bed that's missing. No? Okay. Yeah, because that is also floating. I didn't really notice that, to be honest. I didn't really notice the flying table. That was it was wobbling. That's what brought it to my attention. I don't remember that being in here. No, that's always been in here. Ah, okay. It's amazing the things you don't notice. Let's see, there's something. Is it? That's there. There you'll see. Oh, book. Yeah, we need to spot things before we start losing our sanity. So it only takes like missing one small thing, and then that's it. It's game over. So yeah, just one small thing missing, and yeah, I'm not sure. Ah, light anomaly. They're subtle, they are. I mean, I would be absolutely shocked if we managed to do this first time. We're not going to. We need to get to 6 PM. And I have run out of sanity already. There is an anomaly somewhere. Nope. Okay, whoops. There was 3. So the garbage bag, I did comment that I did comment that disappears. Medical ward, the clock. Padded cell 2 pill bottle. Okay, so the pill bottle's I think probably quite a subtle one. Medical ward clock, probably should have noticed that one. But yes, right. Let's try that again. Let's blow our nose and stuff. Hang on. It's delightful. Delightful. Right, let's try that again. But now we've got a bit more of a feel for it. we will see. See how that goes. So any key to start. So what were we missing? We were missing the pills. So that's really subtle. That was all fine. This clock, I think, the medical ward. Yeah, I think maybe the clock might have disappeared. Or maybe it was that one. But we caught the rest of them, and this black bin bag is just very good at missing that one. Yep, that's there, that's there, that's there. So we've got towels, 1, 2, 3, 4 towels. We should probably have an... I do not recall him being in there. That was a subtle one. That one was less subtle. This seems huge. I know it's just because it's closer to the camera. But it seemed quite big. That's still there. Fan is not running. Right. Just looking at all the usual suspects. That is missing something there, I believe. Oh, yeah, it moved. Excellent, okay. That's still there. That's not spinning. So some of this game is that you memorize where things, like what things can happen. So that there is a little bit of memory to it as well. But we can just keep going. And then there's the insanity level. And then I've done all the levels the first time round. There's a whole bunch of like alternative camera angles that we can also do. So there's quite a lot to this game. I say I do like it. And what I like about this one instead of the observation duty games is this one doesn't have naked folk in it. Little bottles have moved. Or, you know, random sexual acts. So that's why I don't play the observation duty games here, because I don't really want to have to censor all of the stuff when I put it onto YouTube. And some of the anomalies that you can get in the I'm on observation duty games are actual porn. So that's why we don't tend to play those on the channel. I do own a lot of them, but once I saw the whole porn thing, I was like, nah. So that's why I found this game, and this game is much more YouTube friendly. Because, yeah, I don't want to have to edit out and censor all my stuff. Thank you. I don't really get why devs need to feel the need to be edgy by doing stuff like that. Yeah, something felt wrong there, but I'm not convinced. Yeah, there's that. Was it just that one thing? I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced it was just that one thing. The clock is still there. Hey, doctor. So this can disappear as well. That's a really subtle one. The exit sign and the rug. So yeah. Oop, that is in the air again. That looks fine. That is such a tiny little subtle one. That really is. I had been keeping an eye on it though, because it was a tiny little subtle one. But like I say, like some things you just learn to keep an eye out for and look for. So there is that. Some of them are less subtle, a little bit more obvious, and you just have to keep going through the cameras. But yeah, all I have to do is A and D and right click. So nice and easy game to play. Don't have to worry too much about complicated inputs with this one. That is missing. Was that the only thing? Did I just not catch it in time? Four towels. That's there, that's there. Oh, light anomaly. Light words. Words are hard. Light anomaly. There. Yeah, it's just a nice little game. Please put the bed back down. Thank you. That's still here. That's good. That's here. That's here. That's here. And this isn't even the hardest level. Like the insanity mode. This is just on hard. But also it is like theoretically the last level on the hardest difficulty that we need to do. So there is that. But yes, so yesterday was a whole thing. I saw that. So yeah, my wife woke me up 4 in the morning. Hey, I'm having trouble breathing and I have pain in my neck running down my arm slightly. So she'd had that since 11 o'clock. Hey, plushie! As you can see, this is not REPO. We are playing this because I am sick and I had a very tough day yesterday. Hi, do you want to... Thank you. Thank you. You just head back over there. So yeah, my wife woke me up at 4 in the morning yesterday with chest difficulty breathing and pain in her neck and around her head and around going down her arms a little bit. I wonder how big that gets. That was getting really quite big. That was getting huge. So we sat there and debated, you know, if she was having a heart attack, who we should phone, what we should do, if we should do anything at all. But yes, as you hear, I am also quite sick. I have caught a very, very nasty cold. So I am also suffering from that on top of the stress of everything else. So anyway, we have a non-emergency number that we can call in the UK. Which is 111. So we called that, but they're like, hey, it's 40 minutes to talk to someone. The wait is 40 minutes to talk to someone. It was 4 in the morning, so they probably don't have too many people. Yeah, we also Googled it to make sure, because there's the non-emergency police number is 101, so we just needed to make sure we phoned the right one. So anyway, we're like, okay, it feels a little bit more serious than waiting 40 minutes for an answer. So we hung up and went, time to dial 999 then. Great. So we did that. That was quite scary. We need to find this anomaly. Hang on. There is an anomaly somewhere. 2, 3, 4. That is missing. that the only one? That's there, everything's on the... No, that is not the only one. Bye. And the rug is gone again. I'm forever missing that rug. That rug is... There you go. So, and the thing over here is missing. Jeez, just all the anomalies. Anyway, back to that. Yeah, so I was really like, I phoned them almost crying as it was. They asked us some questions, and they're like, okay, well, the ambulance is 4 hours wait. We will, in the meantime, go and do a consultation to make sure you need an ambulance. We will let you know. So that's what we did. We just, yeah. So there's we will get on to why there is a 4 hour wait for ambulances at 4 in the morning, because it's a stupid reason that's easily solved. But we'll get on to that because we did discover why. Hey, you're not supposed to be here. So 2 hours later, they phone and they're like, hey, just so you know, you're still in the queue for the ambulance. It's now going to be an hour. So instead of being 4 hours, it ended up being 3 hours. Something is missing somewhere. That's there, that's there. We've got 4 of those. That is not supposed to be smudged. Those are there. We've got that. All our pictures look fine. That's there. That's there. That's not moving. That's there. Okay. Back to the story. So at just before 7:30, the ambulance does arrive. So they do a whole bunch of tests, and they're like, okay, the chances of you having a heart attack according to these tests are low, but we are going to have to take you to the hospital because the only way to find out if you are having a heart attack is to do a blood test, because there's a hormone that gets released while you're having a heart attack. So we need to check for that. So at this point, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to stay home and look after the animals. And they took my wife to the hospital. So yes. So at least this was all free for us. So none of this is going to cost us any money. And we live in Wales, which means even the prescriptions are free. Whereas in England, you pay a nominal fee. You pay like £10 or so, just under £10, I think it is, per prescription. Which is just like a really small fee. It sucks if you need a lot of medication, but there's things that you can sign up for to get cheaper rates. But in Wales, it's all free. So that was fine. We didn't have to worry about taking out a second mortgage or anything for all of this nonsense. So anyway, on to why it took so long to get an ambulance. So they take her to the hospital, and they have to wait. So my wife has some blood tests taken, has some blood drawn. She's got bruises all up and down her arms now because taking blood out of her arms is a slight pain. So they tried one arm, they tried the other arm, they tried all sorts of different... She's got bruises all the way up both of her arms where they tried to take blood. And bloody nightmare. And all of this time, she is sat at the hospital in the ambulance. Yeah, so I haven't had many blood tests done, so I don't know how bad my veins are for it. But yeah, for some people, it's just harder to draw blood than others. Ooh, I think we might have accidentally talked our way through doing that. Excellent. I just, it was in the, yeah, no, I just got that Aurora. It just hadn't quite gone through. So excellent. Yay, we did it. We can do the insane mode now. Another camera, more spawn rates, it'll be fine. Oh, so yes, oh god, 16 times to find a vein, jeez. So, the reason the ambulance took 4 hours is because there was no space in the hospital for her to wait while they did these base tests to work out what to do with her. Oh, okay, we have thing on the floor. I have not seen this room before. Brain stuff, 2 skulls, splatter thing. Okay. Hi. At least he was nice and easy to spot. So the reason why there was no ambulances available is because there's no space in the hospital for people to just wait while being booked in. So they basically held up an entire ambulance with 2 paramedics. That's how big that gets. Okay, that's good to know. From 7, it was about 8 o'clock by the time they got there. From about 8 in the morning until like lunchtime, it was a good half the day. It was half the day that my wife just had this 2-to-1 care with these paramedics sat in the ambulance. Sat in the ambulance just waiting to work out what to do with her. Like, why don't they just stick her in a room with stick a whole bunch of them in a room with a couple of student nurses or student doctors who can attend to them and just make sure that no one gets worse. You know, that would solve their issue. Because, yeah, my wife took up an entire half a day with an ambulance that she really didn't need to. So, they eventually let her out the ambulance and into the thing. Then there was a waiting room. But because they didn't have anyone in the waiting room keeping an eye on them, she couldn't leave. So she couldn't go and get any food or anything because she couldn't say, hey, my name is, I am just, if my name gets called, can you let them know I'm just grabbing some food, or, you know, I'm just just stretching my legs or something. I don't know how big the hospital was, to be honest. I've not visited that one before. And I don't want to say where it was because that probably gives away too close to where I live. We are missing an anomaly that... It's probably something really obvious. No, it's not that. You're fine, aha. That's missing. We're probably missing more than one thing. Yes, that also should not be there. Have we caught up with all the anomalies? So yeah, so she's okay. She has an infection somewhere. She still has pain. She's still struggling to breathe, but it's not a heart attack. She's got an infection somewhere, and they've basically sent her away for the infection to develop so that they can work out where the infection is, that she can give her the right antibiotics. So she's got to go to the doctor if it gets worse. Or just hopefully it will just clear up. Hopefully it'll be fine. But her heart is fine. She doesn't have clots. Her blood pressure's good. Her blood sugar levels were good. So now we have no excuse not to work on our health and maybe go on a bit of a health journey and a bit of a health diet, because she's just had an MOT and everything's fine. So, there's that. But yeah, infections are so annoying. But yeah, so our NHS service is free at the point of use. It is not free. It is free at the point of use. It is actually very expensive. But it is very expensive for everyone who can afford it, because we're going to lose this. What am I? They're missing. So we pay what's called national insurance. So once you earn over a certain threshold, it's a tax. Basically, we have a special tax. Is there something missing here? There was something on the floor here, was there not? Yes, okay, that's what we were missing. No, there's still something. What was I missing? Third floor, the fan, entrance, there was a skull. Okay. So yeah, it's not free. It is an extra tax, which I am glad to pay. I'm happy to pay my tax, because it means that when my wife wakes me up at 4 a.m. with potential heart attack, we don't have to go, can we afford it? Do we need to take out a second mortgage? We can just go, hey, maybe we should phone the people and get some advice, and if they think that we need an ambulance, then they'll send one. Which is, nice. But yeah, it's not free. But yeah, and it's not perfect. It's not perfect because it's, even with the tax that we all pay, it is still so woefully underfunded. Like, the reason that there are so many ambulances stuck outside the hospital is because the hospital doesn't have enough beds. The hospital doesn't have enough beds because there's too many old people, and we don't have the care in the community to take the old people who are perfectly healthy, that just need someone to monitor them. There's nowhere to put them. Well, yeah, so it's been chronically underfunded for like over 15 years with the Tory government, because they were trying to degrade the whole thing so they could sell it off, so they could be like, look, it doesn't work, so we should just sell it and privatise it, because that's a great idea. Please don't do that. And that's still a risk, is they're still talking about privatising the NHS, which would be the worst thing that we could ever do for our health in this country. So yeah, basically there's not enough beds because there's not enough care in the community, because there's not enough social funding to make sure that there's somewhere for people to go once they've left the hospital, but they still need some monitoring and some care. But they don't need to be in the hospital. And that's basically got this huge backlog as a result. And of course, because that's not an NHS thing, that's not funded by the NHS, it gets a bit complicated. But that's basically why. It's because there's not enough beds. She took up an entire ambulance so that the waiting lists for ambulances are stupid. But she is okay. Like I say, she's a bit tired. She's struggling to breathe. She's got the pain still, so we're taking painkillers and stuff. And then I've got this stinking cold, so I had to take half the day off today, which I will get paid for, because again, we do have sick leave in this country, so I am very grateful for that as well. And then I'll see how I sleep and how I feel tomorrow, if I'm gonna do some work tomorrow. I like my job and I do have some deadlines, so I feel bad when they pay me anyway. Thank you for the positive thoughts. I feel bad because they're going to be paying me anyway, and I'm like, well, I would rather they pay me to stare at my inbox and address any emails that come in than not be at work at all and still get paid. So I do feel a bit bad. Is that one supposed to be there? Oh, no, that one was not supposed to be there. Oh, I spotted that. I'm quite impressed with myself on that one. It seems the less attention I pay to this game, the better I do at it. Oh, telling my little stories. Right, so yeah. Yeah, you enjoy your foods. I'm going to carry on. I've got to pick another story to tell then so we can beat this level. But yeah, so I am so grateful to the NHS. I'm so grateful with the laws that we have to allow people to be sick occasionally. Like, it's not, we don't have unlimited sick leave or anything. Okay, we seem to have moved the camera somewhat. I think that might have been an anomaly. So yeah, so I am very grateful to live in a country where we have some of these things, and I really hope that those things don't get eroded. So basically, we need to make sure that reform does not get into power, because this is the sort of thing that they want to basically make sure that their mates can get really rich off the backs of everyone else, basically. Worse than the Tories, and at least the Tories didn't try and completely sell out the country while making their mates rich. They're just a little bit here and there. Their austerity measures certainly did not help the country get richer. And actually, the irony is that by trying to save money, particularly on a countrywide level, it actually costs you more money. So there is actually a certain amount of money you need to actually spend to keep the country actually making money. So yeah, all of these austerity measures have actually made everything worse. And now taxes going up and up because we've got this bow wave of stuff that needs solving that's going to cost a small fortune, that we can't afford it because we've spent so long not spending on it. It now needs so much money. We now can't afford to get everything back on track, which is really annoying. It is like, but then, you know, there's like, well, we couldn't afford it then either, so what are you gonna do? I saw that. So yeah, so that's the challenge, isn't it? Is keep the country running, keep the tax as low as you can. But frankly, we just need to actually raise the tax. They're always obsessed with don't pay as much tax, but we definitely need to be taxing the rich folk more. And the people who are doing all right, like, I don't mind paying more tax if it means that the country is going to run better for everyone, including myself. I don't mind paying tax and helping other people because one day I might need it. You know, like being able to phone for an ambulance at 4 a.m. Oh, just all the anomalies appearing at the same time. Just all of the things. So yeah, I think that if anything, they should be taxing. We should all be paying a little bit more tax, because that would actually solve a lot of things for a lot of people. They are talking about a universal base income. I absolutely love the concept. Wake up, that's an interesting one. Is that implying that this game is a dream? Oh, I am quite tired. Maybe I should wake up. What was my thought process? Oh, I was ranting about something. Yeah, so more tax, because then everyone will benefit, but people want to feel like they're getting value for money. Like stupid things like the HS2 project. It's basically they wanted to put a slightly faster train from London to somewhere slightly north. It was only going to benefit London. It wasn't really going to benefit anyone else, especially as they cancelled the further north bits as it got more and more expensive. So once again, it was a London-centric initiative to shave off a tiny bit of time that was never going to work. The whole concept from the base requirements was flawed. And now they've just said that they, after cancelling a whole bunch of stuff of it, wasted billions of pounds. They've now said, oh, we might not even run the trains that fast because it would be cheaper to not let them go that fast. It's like, so what was the point of spending all that money in the first place then? Huh? What was the point? So stuff like that, like be more sensible with the projects that you pick, because that was obviously from the start such a waste of money. And also make sure that we close the tax loops so that rich people actually pay the right amount of tax. It's absolutely ridiculous. The richer you are, the less tax you pay. So definitely close those loopholes. I don't care if a bunch of rich folk move country. At the end of the day, we should have a system, we should have a culture where we're proud to pay our taxes because of what the taxes do. We should all be very proud to be paying our taxes and contributing to our society. This idea that no one wants to pay tax because we're like, where does that come from? Why do we tolerate this intolerance of paying tax? Like, we should all be proud to pay our taxes. I think that would certainly help a lot. Because then rich folk would actually want to pay tax, because we'll be like, hey, look at what this person has done. Look at how much this person is helping the country, instead of hindering us and being more of a drain. So, yeah. That was my little rant about tax. That I think we've got it all backwards. We should pay more and make sure that it's going to the right places, that it's not just going into the pockets of rich folk, and make sure that the rich folk are paying their fair share. So yeah, that's what I think. Because yeah, particularly things like my national insurance and yeah, just my tax. I have no issue paying my tax, because that goes towards the schools, it goes towards the buses, it goes towards so many different things that we as a society depend on to make this country actually work and to improve the lives of people. So yeah. It does annoy me when you read about how much money was wasted on PPE because of obvious corruption that they're not managing to hold anyone account for. That annoys me. The obvious corruption. Where is it? What have we got? What are we missing? That is what we are missing. Like, yeah, the obvious corruption with the PPE during COVID. Like, we need to be holding people account to that, because that was so ridiculous. Just millions wasted, going straight into the pockets of the MP's friends. Oh, no, we are not gonna do it. But it's not even. It's gonna be closer. We had a minute ago. Oh, fan. Was that all the things? No. Operation room notebook. The notebook. I think that was on the right. Yeah. Okay. We managed to catch a whole bunch of things at the end. Right, let's see if we can do this. Alright, we got this. Right. Let's have a look. So this notebook was missing. Okay. So that can disappear, this can disappear, this can disappear. We can have a skull turn up here. These things are there. I've not actually seen those towels disappear. Maybe they don't. I'll do it now just to confuse me. That's there. That's caught me out a couple of times where I've stared at it and not realised it's floating. It's just at that higher elevation, it still looks sensible. Right. Those three there, those four. This space feels weird, but I know it's not. That space is weird because there was a missing chair. That's there. That notebook is there. That notebook is there. Okay, that is missing. So yeah, I think if we had a cultural shift, something like a little bit more patriotic, but to pay tax. I caught you that time. I got you that time. You can't fool me twice with that one. You cannot get me twice with that one. I saw it. You're there, you're not there, so that's good. Hello, sir. There is a doctor on the premises. So I am still enjoying my obsession with Dead by Daylight. In 2 weeks, from the 6th of April, we will be having a change in schedule. So we will be going to these Tuesdays are splitting. They're going to be on Monday from 6 p.m. UK time and Wednesday from 6 p.m. UK time. The Mondays are going to be the same as we do on Tuesdays. So the Mondays are going to be like REPO, Phasmo, these short repetitive games. So yeah, Power Eyes might make an appearance there again. Wednesdays will be Dead by Daylight night. So Wednesdays we will basically it'll be Dead by Daylight. We might be able to get some survivor runs going as well as killer. And then Fridays are staying as is. So I will be streaming 3 times a week for a bit, and we'll see how that goes, see how my energy levels are, and go from there. It does mean that on a Monday and a Wednesday I will be having to eat earlier, but that's an us issue, not you guys don't need to worry about that. And it does mean on Tuesday and a Thursday I might be able to do some more writing because I'm behind where I want to be with the book that I'm writing. I was meant to write some yesterday, but I was just so tired because at the moment Mondays is my writing day. So I'm hoping that by having Tuesdays and Thursdays as writing day, and then it means that I'll do all the editing, all all the editing over the weekend instead. So that's when I'll do my shorts. I'm hoping to just be able to get VODs out just while I'm writing, because they don't take too long. I can never get them uploaded. It's the thumbnails that take a minute, but even then they don't take too long, because I don't put too much effort into them, to be honest. They work for me. They work well enough, but yeah, I don't spend hours on them. There is, yeah, and all the towels are there. So we will see how that goes, basically. But yeah, I am still enjoying Dead by Daylight. I do need to get into Survivor a bit. I have been a little bit obsessed with the killer role recently, but I think I should probably make sure I don't forget the Survivor side, and that I also do some of that. And it also means I can play with people, so we can get a couple of teams going. I'd really like to maybe do like I'm running a new YouTube series called Positive Playstyles in Dead by Daylight. So basically, it'd be really nice to get a team of survivors together to do the survivor side of some of that. Because at the moment it's very killer-sided, and I would also like to demonstrate some of this on the survivor side too. But solo queue sucks, so, you know, there's that. The fan is there. There. I am missing something. I am missing a saw that's on the floor. We are in an ad break at present. Something is missing. I am... Rug. I'm really good at missing that rug. That all seems fine. That's there. That's missing. Let's just do a little reset of everything. Bag is there. That's there. Just keeping an eye out for all the known contenders. That's now missing. That's there. 4 towels. That's not huge. The pills are there. The things seem... Hey, Gauntly, welcome in. Are you stuck in an ad break, or have you got turbo? There's no point talking at you if you're stuck in an ad break. I think that's fine. I am very sick, and yesterday was very stressful. I took half of today off ill from work, so this is why we are playing this game instead of the proposed repo, because this game is a lot easier to play. So this is, you don't live there. So this is why we're playing this game. But yeah, yesterday, thank you. Yesterday was very stressful, as I've been telling the lovely folk here. Good news is my wife was not having a heart attack. The bad news is at 4 a.m. we were not so sure that that statement was correct. But she's fine. She's got an infection somewhere, and that's causing heart attack-like symptoms. So she's now at home with me resting. I'm ill, so I'm trying to look after her. She's ill, so she's trying to look after me. It's a whole mess. But we did manage to eat, So that's good. Last night we just ordered pizza, but today I did manage to cook some stuff. So that was good. But yes, 4 a.m. yesterday we were like, should we phone 999 maybe? So we tried the 111 number, but there was like a 40-minute wait to talk to someone. So we're like, we're not comfortable waiting 40 minutes. So we phoned 999 and they were like, okay, yeah, no, we'll send an ambulance. Yeah, pizza was a good idea. We had it for lunch today as well, so it solved 2 issues. So that was good. And then yeah, just trying to get by with it all. And yeah, so I figured instead of playing REPO that requires a lot of thought, effort, running around, making decisions, I figured I would play this game where I just need 3 buttons. So I've got my left and right on the cameras, and I've got right click to be like, hey, this is an anomaly. And I've been wanting to play this game again for a little bit, so I figured we would do that instead. That does not live there. But yeah, it's a pretty chill. Yeah, but yeah, how have you been? Hopefully life has not been quite as adventurous as mine has been this week. It's only Tuesday. That mug is big. That is a big mug. That is a tiny wheelchair. That is a little wheelchair. But yeah, it's a pretty chill game. I do enjoy it. And yeah, if you guys see an anomaly, please do backseat game. We are a community here. I do encourage backseat gaming. So do keep an eye out for things like skeletons in the tub that are definitely not supposed to be there. That is also not supposed to be there. That is supposed to be there, so that's fine. That's there, that's there. Again, it just takes us missing 1 anomaly to lose this game, particularly at this level. The bin bag is one that we often miss. This disappears sometimes as well. But yes, a lot of this is just a memory game of knowing what to keep an eye out for. That doesn't live there. I think it's a bit mean with the writing. That's an anomaly. That's not supposed to be there. Like I say, like we could. It's not going to take much for us to lose this. There's a good chance that we will lose because I might just not catch them fast enough. So, oh, you wrote a paragraph. Let me just focus on losing this round, and then I will read that. Right, we're just going to speed up the checking, because what I'm failing on is getting to the anomalies fast enough before it takes our sanity. So we're just speed running this till 6 a.m. Keeping an eye on all the obvious things like that, because I cannot afford it to take my sanity like that. We are very, very close to losing / winning. It's going to be very, very close. It is. And then I can be right with you. I do apologize for the focus on the game. I saw that. Right. Those things. Those towels have not moved at all. Those towels have not moved. I keep looking at them. I keep counting them. I do. Come on. What are we missing? What are we missing? Fan has gone. Fan is a common contender for being missed. We often miss that fan. Very intense. We've got so much for a chill game. We're just coming here to have a chill game, some chill gameplay, and here we are, rushing it. We've just got 9 minutes to survive, not lose all of our sanity. It's gonna be very close. It's gonna be so close. We did it. Oh, we did it. We did it. Oh, anyway, what were you saying? So not too bad, just the kids, work, study, the usual. Yeah, you keep your life very busy. Family over the weekend, the newborn's christening, which was nice. Oh, cake is good. Lots of cake. Cake is wonderful. Excellent. Oh, but yeah, so glad things are going well for you and all the little ones, and I hope hope you're not going to catch this cold. This cold is going around. So my wife had it like last week or the week before, and it is not nice. And also last week we didn't have a stream Tuesday last week because I was away with a work thing, and I'm still recovering from the work thing where I was very sleep deprived and out of routine and stuff. So yeah, I haven't quite recovered from that yet either. Oh yeah, I hope you do avoid all of the sickness. So that's good. Right. We have actually completed the main part of this game. So that was the hardest level on the hardest setting. We're not doing the lights out challenge because you guys can't see anything. So what's the point? There is no point doing that. But what we do have is these redacted. So these are, again, going through the whole game again. Oh, I've got to actually go through the whole game before it opens up the rest. Is it just the school that we've got? Well, I guess we'll find out. So nice chill, 4 cameras, easy mode, slow spawn rate. So these are different camera angles than we had in the thing. There are custom. Anomaly per 60 minutes. So we can change the spawn rate. So I don't know if that includes the redactive, and there's shuffle as well. Oh god, there's an insanity plus mode. So this game is the game that just keeps on giving. So let's give this a go. 38 different anomaly options. So what we have? We have is that are they? I'm a bit confused about what that is, but sure, let's ignore that. Okay. Right. So we have 4 completely new rooms to worry about. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those. 3 tools. I like how the game is like, oh yeah, it's kind of like a hidden object game. It's an anomaly game, so it's a spot the difference game. So something will change, something will appear, something will disappear, something will move, something will grow, something will shrink, and you've got something will jiggle. We've got a sanity meter down here. So if over time, if you leave the anomalies up, it will drain your sanity, and that's basically your health meter. So yeah, so if you see something that looked different from before, say so, because I've probably missed it. So yeah, Jiggly Hammer was definitely something. And it's just basically it's like a haunted house. It's an I'm on observation duty game, but without porn and nakedness. Which is why we do not play the I'm on observation duty games, because of the porn and nakedness in them. And I cannot be bothered to go through the game and censor stuff for YouTube when I throw up the VODs. I could play them offline, but to be honest, I got so annoyed by a dev once again trying to be edgy that I was just like, I cannot be bothered. So, particularly not when there's so many clones out there like this one that frankly I think are better. So the other thing I don't like about the observation duty games is that you've then got to work out not only that something has changed, but how it's changed. And then you've got to report it as a specific category, and sometimes the categories don't make sense. And then sometimes it will throw a wild card in there of like a completely new thing. Right, something has changed somewhere. Okay, well that's not supposed to be doing that. Not convinced that that was it though. I haven't really been paying attention. But you know, I kind of don't expect to win the first few rounds. Like they're more for familiarization. So yeah, so I don't bother with the I'm on observation duty games even offline, because yeah, I can't be bothered with a dev who thought he was being clever by shoving porn in his game randomly when it didn't need to be there. And I'm not a prude. I just don't think you should be shoving porn in to unsuspecting places. Like, it's a consent issue, isn't it? Like, I don't want to just randomly come across porn. Hi. Hi. How many times? Okay. How many times did we pass through this room not seeing Grandma? I might have to replay the VOD back and see how many times. Was that open before? No, it has always been open. How many times we went through without seeing Grandma? Because that's quite funny. This feels like something is missing. This space feels empty. Is this supposed to be here? Yeah, that's supposed to be there. It's probably fine. I mean, we're missing something. Like that. So yeah, so I just basically started boycotting effectively that I'm on observation duty, because I'm not interested in a game that is just like, and here's some porn. I mean, the naked people was tolerable just about. 1, 2, 3, 3 of those, 4 of those. But yeah, the two people going at it as an anomaly that you then have to report, that it then literally shoved in your face as part of the reporting, was just no, just so much no. But yeah, so I like this game. This game is much easier because I just have to right click on stuff. Oh, I was clicking the bag, but yeah, sure, the coat bag moved. I didn't notice that. Apparently you didn't notice that either, chat. We should keep our eyes a bit more peeled for things. I'm going to randomly click a few places and see what else we've missed. So you're just learning what can do what is a big part of this game. I don't really know, like, why is there an outside inside? Like, that looks like an inside of a room there. It's a bit weird. I think the body might be a bit of an anomaly. I am not sure about you, but I think so. I do have to remember that top right, like, is my face, so you can't see what's in the top right. Which also is hiding the name of the rooms. So there's that. So you'll just have to, like, this is the foyer. This is the garage. This is the laundry room. This is the office. So yes, there's so many games. Like, there's another game that's just come out. Something about, it's a mix between an Anomaly game. This is the other thing devs do, is they try and shove too many ideas in one game. Like, pick a premise, stick with it. So this one, it's a little bit of a... It's a bit of a shop simulator game. And an Anomaly game. And also has some guy wanking in the corner. You know, it's one of those games. At least in its content warning, it does warn you of masturbation. But I'm like, but why though? But why? Why did you, as a developer, feel the need to shove in a guy jerking off in your game to the point where you actually have to warn about it in the description to make your game just edgy? It's like, why did you feel that was necessary to do that, to then have to add the content warnings in and stuff? Like, why why did you feel the need for that? It's just silly. It's just so silly. And so unnecessary. And it doesn't make you big, and it doesn't make you clever. It just makes you look childish. And it just makes me not really want to play your games because I am not 12. And I don't find that sort of thing funny. I mean, fair dues if that's your humour and you find that sort of thing funny. I just don't need it to be inserted into every horror game, every indie horror game that I play. Just for... I probably wouldn't even have noticed that. Rugs is a blind spot for me. Well, at least in Outlast is, like, quite a gruesome game. But even then, yeah, you don't have to add sexual content into a gruesome game. Like, it's a different level of adult. So, like, in Phasmophobia is technically a mature rated game because of the neck snapping. So they could then, because it's a mature rated game, they could then add a whole bunch of mature content. But I'm really glad they don't, because there's a whole bunch of people who stream it and play it with younger audiences, with teen audiences, because it's not an adult game with adult content. Like, and it's done so much better because of that age accessibility, because it's not hidden behind an age verification wall because of some stupid person thinking that seeing someone getting their junk out is funny. That adds nothing to the gameplay and nothing to the narrative and nothing to the game. So anyway, I'm on quite a rant today, apparently. I am tired and grumpy. So you have a grumpy Blaise today. I am Eep, but my in real life name is Blaise, by the way. I am tired. I forgot that you guys know me as Eep. So yeah, I am a Blaise. And my wife is an Issa. That's why she's actually known as Curious Issa, because her name is it's actually Marissa, but her name is Issa. She's a lot more sensible and just used her name. But Curious Blaise just doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well as CuriousEep. Oh, I am tired. I do prefer it when there's a few more anomalies. Like the anomaly spawn rate's quite low. But we've got to do this low one and get used to the map before it lets us do the higher rated ones, which is fair. That is fair. That is probably not supposed to be wiggling. Oh. Ooh. Right, what else? We've nearly done it. We've got so much sanity left. So I think we're okay. I think that it does allow us, like, so many things not being reported before it drains our sanity, because the coat rack being in the wrong place wasn't draining our sanity. So I wonder how many things we've missed. Oh, that doesn't live there. So I didn't miss that one. But yeah, I like this game. It's nice chill. When I spot something, I feel good. You know, good little all-round game. And thank you everyone for tolerating my sniffles and the fact that we're not playing REPO. I really appreciate all of you being here, and yeah, just all the amazing gratitude to you all. We're nearly done it. Might do another round or two, but I am tired and I should probably go and rest. And hope that I feel better in the morning so that I can do a bit of work. No, we're missing something. Oh, the chair's disappeared. Oh, it moved. Okay. Anything else happening at the last minute? Nope. Okay. And we didn't miss any. Excellent, excellent. Let me just yeah, I think a lemsip before bed is gonna be. Oh, my nose is so pink. Oh, I got a very, very pink nose. I'm not surprised. I've been blowing it all day. Oh no, I didn't want to do that one. I didn't abort. Abort. Normal mode. Okay. So the anomalies will appear at twice the rate. And we've got another room to worry about. So, okay, so the coat rack does live there. Okay. We've got Bella. Bug. I think rackets. Squash rackets? Badminton rackets, maybe? 2 dolls. Open window. Rug. Don't forget the rug. Seat. There's a lot in that room. There's a lot going on in that room. Ooh. And the anomalies are going to happen at twice the rate. That has already disappeared. That had moved. Oh, there's a not ghost there. Okay. I didn't notice the rocking horse, but the rocking horse was just there. It's just I hadn't noticed it because I was too busy looking at those. Right. Oh, my eyes are watering. And breathing is starting to be a bit optional. Oh, it's nice to catch up with you again. Hopefully I'll pop into yours soon. I haven't been popping into people's streams recently, just because I've been away last week and just with everything that's been going on. I'll try and catch you sometime when you get online. But yeah, good luck with the kids. Have fun. And have a good evening. Right, I'm going to try and do this, and this probably, I think this probably will be the last round, because I'm not feeling too well. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not feeling too well, so I think we will then do some raiding to someone, and then I'll go and have a lem sip, and then I'll have an early night. But I'm quite chuffed that I managed to stay up. What been going an hour and a half? That's about what I was expecting, to be honest. And I'm quite happy that I didn't just cancel the stream at all. Like the fact that we have managed to have a game and come together and hang out together. I'm quite happy with myself with that. Considering everything. So yes. Good. Oh, now my ear is itchy. I saw that. It's probably just as well, because I'm really bad at spotting the rugs. Was this rug here before? Yeah. I didn't even notice that rug. I definitely wouldn't notice if it disappeared. And there's a rug here as well. Okay. I am very unobservant when it comes to rugs. That one's there, that one's there. Well, there's a little rug under here as well that's not going to be easy to see. But yes. Okay, I just want to see what it does. Just, okay. Sure, we could have... I mean, if ghosts actually turned up and were useful, like here, have increased capacity for your washing machine. I think if that was the case, we wouldn't object. Like on one of these ones, like the garbage disappears, and I'm like, yeah, sure. If we're having a useful ghost that takes the garbage out, absolutely, we will keep that ghost. As long as it's not like the murdering type. That is an audio anomaly. Oh, I didn't really notice that. Didn't really know we had those. We probably have. I think we probably have had one before. In some of the other levels. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played. So yeah. It's that. Come back here. Thank you. So this is yeah, this is alternative grandma's house with this. So it's really nice that you're kind of getting double the amount of game than you thought. Because this is like extra. I'm not sure that there's extra on every level. This might be the only one that has it, which is a shame because I don't think the devs are updating this anymore. I think this is the game now. I might have to have a look and see if they've done any others, because I've been really enjoying this one. Just the simplicity of the report system is just amazing. I did get another... I do have a couple of Anomaly games. This is my favourite one. But I do actually own a couple of others as well, so... that's not... I'm on observation duty. I've got a couple of other clones. So we can always do some of those at some point, if we so desire. Our car has 4 tyres, thank you. Right. Does that mean that we're missing something somewhere else? No, it looks... Has that always been there? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I like it when you see the things, not only because it's easier to report, but it just adds to that spookiness. Which I really like that feeling of the place being haunted. Like actually seeing the paranormal activity happening is kind of just the fun bit. On that note, hopefully, Phasmophobia is due... I don't remember this being here either, but I think that was. I think it was just... I was being unobservant before. So, Phasmophobia is supposed to be doing like a horror 2.0, but they've been talking about doing that for like literally years. Literal years they've been talking about a horror 2.0. And now they are on console. And they have been rated sort of mature because of the neck snapping thing that we talked about earlier. So they might lean into that a little bit more and allow a few more horror aspects. But what they need to do is be careful not to alienate their player base, some of whom have younger audiences, like some of the big streamers that still play have slightly younger audiences, so they need to not alienate them. So it's going to be an interesting balance to get the horror without being you know, too mature, too adult, I guess. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do. I mean, personally, I think that we should just have more jump scares because I love a good jump scare. On the note of jump scares, Ghost Janitors has now been released. It is now out of early access. They have 20 additional jump scares. They've made the beginning of the game a little bit easier. They've made the beginning of the game a little bit easier, so people can get used to it a bit more, which is good because I did struggle a bit. So it's going to be interesting to see what like a finished game for them looks like, because it did always feel a little bit clunky to me. It did feel a little bit unpolished. So it's going to be interesting to see what they consider to be a finished game. So we've got that down for... it's in my diary. It's coming up over the next few weeks. So today was supposed to be repo. So I might have to pop that back in for one of the other days at some point. And get some repo in. Ooh. Hi. Okay, that was cool. I did click on the wrong bit, but yeah, that was cool. Are we like in a doll's house or something? That was a big face there. Big face. So yeah, so I've got now that we've moved Dead by Daylight onto its own night on a Wednesday coming up, I feel a bit more free for the Mondays to pull back some of the other games that we used to play. So we're probably gonna have some Forewarned back again, which is a Phasmophobia inspired Egyptian style game that with some jump scares and that. I really enjoyed that one. So we can play that a bit. We've got, like I said, Ghost Janitors, Phasmo, REPO. Headliners. And I no doubt I'll buy a whole bunch of other games at some point too. There's a sale at the moment, but I just spent a whole bunch of more money on Dead by Daylight. I'm afraid I'm very, very obsessed with that game right now. Very obsessed. So I have been, every time there's a sale, I'm like, oh, these are all the characters that I want. And I have been spending more money on it. What are we? Okay. That was more obvious than I was anticipating. Yeah, no, that all looks fine. They're all there. That all looks good. Okay. But something is indeed out of place. There is a dancing high chair. That was cute. That was quite cute. I wonder what song it was bopping to. But I think we definitely won this one. This does seem fairly chill. Yeah, just getting used to the things. I might play this offline as well. Just like I say, I like this game occasionally. I just really fancied playing it the other day, and I was actually too tired to. So I'm glad that. Hi, that was sure. Okay. That was probably the most intense anomaly that I've seen in this game so far. So yeah, that was a thing. Right. Oh. Hi again. I can see you. I noticed you this time. I did. She's all over the place in this one. Yeah, she's just everywhere. We're not seeing you in the garage yet. I'm not sure we're going to this round, considering there's only like 10 minutes left. Yeah, we've definitely done it because there's like it won't take our sanity faster. Nearly done. Excellent, there we are. We found 24 anomalies and we didn't miss any. I bought all of the anomaly packs. I guess I can spend all of those. Why not? Because I have all of the anomaly packs. Did I turn them on? Yeah, I don't actually think I'd turn them on. So we missed these ones, but that's okay. Enable all. Okay, we'll remember that next time. I won't. I'll forget. So we've got hard mode and insanity mode there. I say I'm not sure if it does all of these or not. The redacted rooms aren't on here though. There's Grandma's house. Yeah, they're not actually on here. Maybe you only unlock them once you've completed them on insanity mode, perhaps. But yeah, you can custom it up, which is quite cool. And then you can shuffle. Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good little game. And there's a leaderboard, which I am currently at 206. Where are we? 206. There we are. So we're going to slowly catch up. I suspect that people are probably like proper playing 23,000 for. That's some serious time put into this game. But yeah. Anyway, let us quit that game. Let us see where we're going to send you. But yes, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for tolerating my croakiness, my sniffles. Friday, we're going to hopefully be playing Death and Taxes. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I'll be feeling better by then. If not, we might have to cancel because I don't want to push myself too much. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. If I get worse, but hopefully I'll be getting better. So, not that button. This button. Who is alive at the moment? And what are people playing? I might send you to... Let's have a look at these people. So this is potentially a new person that I've connected to recently. I haven't actually watched them play yet, so this is going to be a little bit of a risk because I've not actually watched them. But they are playing Dead by Daylight, which we do like. They're playing Killer at the moment. What are they playing? I think they're playing Sadako. So anyway, we will head over to them. So yes, thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time. So okay then, bye.